Alright, welcome back to another episode of the, I think it's gonna be called Monorail base playthrough. I already made one video where I explained the general idea, and the design has evolved and improved a little bit since then. But yeah, I think I'll just show it first. I think it's stable now. There have been a few weird incidents where trains were like losing train wagons or locomotives when they were landing. So then, yeah, I'll see if this happens again. I'm gonna show it. This can't really happen. Otherwise, it's gonna mess up quickly. Gonna mess up the whole system when there's just some wagons standing around there. Let's see this in action for a little bit. And then I'm going to explain how it works in more detail, I think. And yeah, maybe I've already started building a standard little starter base. Well, very early. I'm just out of the burner phase, basically. But yeah, the idea is I'm going to build a normal base first, like a small belt base to get through, I think, blue and maybe a little bit of purple science. I do need a few prerequisites to make this work, namely nuclear fuel and all the, braking force research and stuff like that. And I don't want to, I was thinking about just basically cheating in a little bit of nuclear fuel, but I think I'm just going to build a normal base first. I feel like doing that and try to actually generate everything without creative mode. It's been a while since I did that. Wait, there's a train that's too short. I've lost a wagon somewhere. Didn't catch it. Where is it? Here. It's standing here. Okay, I'll maybe rewind and see if I can catch the moment where it happened. Okay, I went back and found it, and the timing's very unfortunate. Enjoy. There have been a few weird incidents where trains were like losing train wagons or locomotives when they were landing. So then, yeah. Okay, so I think I just can't say the word landing ever. I don't know. I'm not sure why this is still happening. I thought I had it under control, and I had this running for in-game like 45 minutes at least, like 15 minutes, but on threefold speed, and it never happened again. And now, of course, the moment I started recording, it's happening again. But I did make some changes, and it might have something to do with it. I'm just gonna fix it for now and see if it just starts happening again. But the changes I made are all of these stations. They're all named dummy, and they're just for basically giving path penalties so that trains are discouraged of taking these routes here and instead jump more often, because that's kind of the point. And they were like, when they wanted to go straight, they could go turn here and then go through here and turn here and not jump at all. And I wanted to discourage that, so I built lots of stations because they give a path penalty of like, I think 2,000 or something. This might have broken things. I'm just gonna switch it back on and see if it happens again right away. Then it's probably that. Otherwise, it might just have been, lucky that I didn't get it before. Yeah, we'll see. But I think one way or another, I'm gonna first go through the system in more detail, and then maybe talk or like show the starter base that I built. But this is probably mainly going to be about the train system still. I think I'll just leave this running for now. I'm always I like to record this when it's running, because then if something goes wrong I can rewind and see things. But I guess I'll just leave it running in the background and go up here. You can see this is one cell, and this is like the smallest elementary particle. if you want. So if you just paste this 4 times, you get 1 cell. And I think I'm gonna just use this to explain what's going on. Let's spawn maybe. Okay, turn down the speed again. So this, where to start? Okay, one thing I'm surely going to mess up once I'm actually implementing this is I'll have to go around manually setting all these ramp distances, because you can't automate this or put it in the blueprint, unfortunately. So yeah, for every new crossing I'm gonna build, I'll have to do this, which I'm obviously going to forget 90% of the time. And then trains are just gonna fly anywhere, and yeah, horrible things are gonna happen, I guess. So I should try and not forget this. Okay, I think I'll try and go through the basics here. So this is for jumping right, of course. And as I said last time, when trains are in the air, they're basically gone. So other trains won't see them. So if I build 2 trains here, and well, it's not gonna work now because this is already the running system. Wait, I'm gonna just quickly in the background build a few more model things if you want to show the possible things that can go wrong. Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, so this is a very basic system to explain the different things that can go wrong. Haven't really tested this, it's just quickly threw it together. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is first give these 2 trains a destination down here. I kind of showed this last time, but just to make things clear, I think I want to have another signal here. So this one's gonna actually start accelerating. Yeah, I'm not sure about the timing now, but let's just give this a try. I kind of have a feeling for these things by now. Yeah, so this is what you don't want to happen. It's always gonna leave a crater and destroy rails and trains, and it's gonna be messy, so no thanks. The second thing that can happen, this is probably gonna be a bit more tricky to test. Normally these trains wouldn't crash into each other. Say there's no ramp here and they just wait. One's gonna enter the crossing here and the other one's gonna wait. But in this case, let's pause again. I have, as I said, no idea about the timing now, but let's just give those 2 trains a destination down here. And okay, way too early. But I guess you get the point, like they shouldn't meet here. So I'll have to do a few things. The first thing is count up a certain time to block one of these signals here. So I'll say, and the more room I leave here, the better, because if I have a train, say, waiting here before it can jump, it can accelerate more and then jump quicker than if it's waiting here, for example. Best thing would of course be to have it waiting here, say. So it's gonna wait until it's allowed to jump, and then it can accelerate quite a bit. So it's gonna jump fairly fast, and this would mean in turn that I have to block the signals for a smaller time, because there's some maximum jump time, if you want, that depends on from where trains accelerate. So I never want trains to stop here, say, because then they're gonna jump, like they're gonna take 20 seconds to do this jump. Not quite, but very long. We can test how long. And that's bad, of course. Let's get this guy here. And I mean, this is a much shorter jump than I'm actually doing in the base. I want to have, of course, the maximum distance. So this is a mess. So yeah, I really want to prevent very, very slow jumps, which means I have to leave a little room here and then have trains wait, say here, or wherever, and block this signal, or like the signal in front, for something like 7 seconds. I think I'm using in the base now. Just talking about it, let's check if there's any more wagons standing around. I don't see any. No, I think we're good for now, but still, I mean, it shouldn't even happen once, and I'm gonna have to do some more error finding there. But other than that, I think it's running okay. I mean, there's a few things maybe about this to make things clear. This is only throughput testing. This is not a realistic scenario in any way, because trains are completely oh, there's a nice simultaneous jump. They leave stations immediately when they enter. There's no actual tests, or no realistic testing when it comes to train load and stuff. But this is just cramming it full of trains and seeing if it's going to deadlock or if trains are going to crash into each other. And I think we're good from that point. Okay, back to what I was doing here. Yeah, so the idea is, when there's a jump, I'm going to block this signal for 7 seconds and then only allow the next train to jump. The same thing, so this is going to be, of course, a periodical thing. Say there's another ramp here. That's going to do the same thing. And I only want trains to jump into here when there's room here. So if this signal is red, I'm always going to block this signal, which means that trains aren't just gonna crash into waiting trains here. And then I need to discourage these trains from coming in, so I'm gonna block these signals more or less the same as I block this signal. It's a bit more complicated than that, because I also want to block this signal when there's a train about to jump. Same reason, of course. But yeah, this is the general idea. I need to block certain signals for certain times to keep this space free until a train lands. And then everything else is just, well, straightforward, I guess. Yeah, another thing, or another difficulty that comes in when you deal with two-directional trains here. I talked about this last time, but just to recap quickly, say if I have the train ramp, why doesn't it work? Huh? Invalid rail signal position? Wait. Oh, okay, I didn't know this cared about rail signal directions. Say if I have it like this. This was my very first initial design, or not quite maybe. Say like this. Oh, I broke the rail here. Oh. I want to have a signal in between. Yeah, so this would be like the first thing you try. But then if you have trains, let's get rid of this. Okay, and I'll need to put all these signals here, otherwise trains won't go anywhere. Yeah, it's gonna. I need a bit more room to properly show this, I guess, because I need trains to accelerate. Say I have two trains coming in. I'm gonna pause, and this one from here. So they should have quite some speed, because they have a lot of room to accelerate before they jump. Okay, and this one, they're not going to be quite symmetrical now, I guess, but yeah, more or less. Fuel this one's already fueled. Okay, so they're going to accelerate. This needs power. Okay. Accelerating and braking and jumping very slowly, because they don't see, or they don't know that they're going to jump. They assume they have to stop at this signal here. So they're going to be very slow. Why did it... Oh, there was not enough rail left. This one's fine though. Yeah, they're going to be very slow because they see each other and think they're going to crash into each other, so they're going to brake here. And the solution to that is this cloverleaf thing here. Because, well, there's for the right heading trains, there's the downward loop here that's only signaled for right heading trains, and yeah, it's gonna think that it can go up to, I don't know, somewhere here and stop here, and simultaneously the other one is gonna think that it can go to here, or they're, yeah, I don't know, like they have more room and they don't brake right in front of the rail. You could of course just have a straight rail here, but giving them more room means that they're basically not going to brake here, no matter if there's a train coming from the other side. I'm a bit hungover. I don't know if you can hear it. If so, I'm sorry. Yeah, so these are more or less the main precautions to take. I don't know if into how much detail I want to go here. I don't think I want to. This is just basically storing the red. If this turns red, this stores it, and then this guy counts up. It's looped back on itself, so it's gonna get an input. Well, do I want to go through it? Yeah, okay. So this is gonna output the red signals as long as it doesn't get the reset signal here, and it's going to pass this on to this combinator, which is just going to output a straight red equal to 1. This is I don't want it to matter how long this signal is actually turned red. I could probably do some smart things and basically factor in the train speed here, but I'm not really ready to do that. I might think about it in the future, but this works fine. Yeah, so this is just basically outputting a straight red signal equal to, or red color thing equal to 1, as long as this one doesn't get the reset signal. And then it's passed on to this guy, which just outputs it again, but it's looped back on itself, so it's gonna count. You can probably just show this here. Let's put a train there, and then see, this is gonna now output, wait, huh? Why does it have the reset signal? How did I mess this up? 1 second. I'm just gonna let this run. So now it has a R equal to 1. That's not how it should be. Easiest solution. These train ramps, they always want, every time you click on them you have to set a distance afterwards, otherwise they're, I can just click on something. Let's just cut this and press return, output signals. Okay, I'm being dumb. I'm inputting here the global A signal, which is the number of ticks that I want this to turn red, and if I set this to 0, then it's just always going to send a return. This is always going to send a reset signal. So let's just give it this. Okay, now it should work. Let's try this again. So I'll put a locomotive here, and you can watch this signal here. It's gonna turn red. Well, it's okay, bad example. It's gonna turn red anyways. I'm just gonna quickly put in another one here. I had them in the beginning and then I got rid of them. I'm not sure if this was warranted. Okay, so now this is gonna turn red for circuit reasons, even though the block here is free. And after a few seconds, yeah, it turned green, and then it of course turned red again because it's still here. Let's get rid of this. So now it's red here and it's turned back to green. Yeah. So this is counting, and then this is basically just figuring out the reset signals, and this is yeah, there were some residual signals left here, so I'm getting rid of them. It's not really of any importance. And then this is basically just saying, okay, if there's a red signal here, give me wait, where's this going? Yeah, this is going to the green wire, which is not global. I'm gonna show this in a second. So this is just basically outputting the red signal here as a B signal, which is passed on to both left and right, I think. No, it should be, wait. Ah yeah, and there's, yeah, okay. Now I'm back on track. So this, if this signal is turned red, there's a train waiting here. So say there's something here, then this is red, and this is gonna send a B signal as well. And if there's any B signals here, then this will get blocked and this will get blocked, which means if there's a train waiting to jump, I don't want trains coming in here. And at the same time, let me see. Wait a minute. Ah, yeah, this guy. So I'm being confused. 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I'm back on track now, but this is a little complicated, even though I just built it 2 days ago. But yeah, so if this signal's turned red, the next entrance here will be blocked. So trains that are already waiting to jump are prioritized from new trains entering here. And yeah, there's some other stuff going on here. So if this turns yellow, which means there's... Wait. This is still not really making sense to me. If this turns yellow, it's gonna output a C. I'm just gonna try and figure this out, which to the left is gonna discourage those. Man, I'm a little lost right now. I think there's a mistake here, because this is going both directions. So I can't really tell, when this turns yellow, I can't really tell if a train's going to go in this direction or if it's going to go in this direction. I might have to, yeah, do some more fixes here to make this work better. But I think the basics have been explained poorly. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's a weird and convoluted thing, as most of my constructions are, I guess. Let's see if it's still working or if it's broken. I think it's still working. Can't see any short trains. Can't see any wagons standing around. And no broken things. Yeah, I think this is working okay. I'm so used to the faster version of this that this seems very, very slow. Yeah, this is much better. I'm gonna just turn it off for now. I'm really not sure what to do about this rare incidence of lost wagons. I might just accept it for now and see if it gets bad when I build the actual base, and then I can still make some hot fixes there, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. For now, this is looking okay. I mean, this is 16 trains on a fairly small grid, and I'm going to try. I'm not sure if I can actually get this to 1,000 signs per minute, to be honest. If I can get it, it's probably going to be a massive base, because I really need to spread things out to have not that much train traffic in one space. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think this is, let me see, enough for today. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly go over to the very unexciting actual map that I started, which looks probably more familiar than this weird thing. Yeah, this is how far I've come. Oh, you're so slow without exoskeletons and stuff. Really, it's like driving and coming down from the highway and suddenly having to go like 30 kilometers per hour. Just seems very, very slow. Yeah, there's not really much going on here. I just built the first 2 smelting lines and I have some power, and I just built the first green circuit thing. And I'm probably just gonna build a starter base here, and as I said, have a little belt base going on. Nothing too special, and it's all gonna be temporary, because once I get to the necessary tech and robots and stuff, I can just start placing this thing here. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna uncover some more room and build just blueprint of a cell to get a sense of the scale, maybe. 1 second. Okay, turns out one of these crossings is about as big as everything that I built so far. Yeah, so I'm gonna build this. I just realized I didn't really talk about the cell design too much. Maybe I'll just do this here real quick. Yeah, the blueprint's gonna be enough. So there's these little stackers here. They're not for stations, they're just for the actual train grid. Basically can't hold any trains, because if there's something standing here, it's gonna block the way for the train in the back. And yeah, so I want to keep the main rails more or less clean and have trains passing through here if they turn, and then they can wait in here. So in an optimal case, there can be 3 trains waiting here, I think. This should be 1 here and then 2, and this unfortunately can only hold 1 full train. But this means that the rail itself basically can store a few trains. And then there's this weird loopy thing here, which is the stations. And the reason it's like this is so that the train rail can hold 2 trains. So yeah, there can be 1 waiting here until up to this signal, and then the train that's being unloaded here. And another train could wait here, so there's enough room for, if this train leaves but can't get onto the rail right away, the other train can unload. One big problem with the mod and train systems is that you can't use train limits, and you can't use LTN or anything. It's gonna have to be an old school train system with like every station probably having a different name and a certain number of trains going from one station to another. I haven't done this in a long time, but the reason for that is if trains are in the air, as I said multiple times, they're basically deleted. And this means if I have a train limit of 2 and there's 2 trains coming in and one of them jumps, then there's only going to be 1 train coming in, so another train will start. And then the moment the train that's in the air lands, it's going to exceed the train limit and not have a place to go. And I could probably try to solve this with circuits, but I really have no idea how, because I would basically have to increase or decrease. I can't recognize which train's jumping, or I have no idea how to, at least. And this means I can't really, based on the train ID or something like that, figure out what train limits to change. So yeah, this would be really, really hard to do, I think. And the easier the easier way would be to just build a normal train system, as I said, with every train station having a different name. And I think that's what it's going to be. Okay, I think that's enough for today. I'm going to continue building this little starter base for a while. And I guess maybe cut in here and then, now and then, or I'll see how I'm going to do this. I don't think this is too interesting to watch, I guess. I'm not a speedrunner, and I'm not, you've probably seen bases like these before or built. So I'm gonna quickly skip through this and get to, as I said, purple signs. I don't really think I need yellow signs, but then I'm gonna need bots, so the way to yellow signs isn't really far. I'll see. I'll figure things out as I go. So long. Yeah, hope this was not too messy. Well, it probably was very messy, but yeah, hope still enjoyable, and maybe see you next time.